Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Yes, I'm on again. Didn't expect to be on this late tonight, but I wanted to do a quick one with you guys. And, yeah, this is some interesting news, y'all. Some breaking news, some surprisingly breaking news. But, I'm just as shocked or just as surprised as anybody else out here. First off, that I'm even talking about politics today or tonight. But this is something that just has been breaking over the past couple hours. And we got to talk about this, y'all. We got to talk about this because this is history in the making right now. Something like this has never happened before, ever. Nothing like this has ever happened before. I just want to make that abundantly clear, okay? This is history in the making. No president has ever gone through this ever before. So this is extremely revealing information, okay? So if you if you're on this side of the world, whether you live inside America or just, follow American politics and whatnot, this is for you guys. This is for y'all. Like I said, I have not covered politics in a minute. But this we had to talk about. Okay. And I've been seeing a lot of people's opinions. There's a lot of people out here putting in their opinions and their thoughts about things and all that. My thing is, why is this happening? Yet it still doesn't seem like there has been an answer to that. And that is the ongoing mystery. That's the ongoing lingering question is, why did this happen? Now, a lot of y'all are going, oh, I'm sure you're getting some of the sleep out of your eye, or you're just now starting to catch wind that I'm on for like the fifth time today live. Yeah. Trump says the FBI raided his home. And he said, and I quote, he said, they broke into his safe. They even broke into his own safe inside his home in Mar-a-Lago, on his Mar-a-Lago estate. This is big. Something like this never happens. Okay? Never. All right? So we got to talk about it. We have definitely got to talk about it. And for me, a part of me does feel like I feel like this was a series of events that we were leading towards this. With all the accusations, with everything that happened on the 6th and all that stuff, I felt like we were going to be walking down this route. Now I know some other people might feel some type of way about this and think this is some BS and whatever. But at the same time, the 6th did happen, and there are some questions that still have not been answered, and there are some allegations that are lingering over our former president's head that need to be somewhat answered, whether it's answered by this raid or not. But what I found very interesting, y'all, is how all these Republicans are coming out here saying, defund the FBI. I'm not kidding. Same ones that sit there and say, back the blue lives matter, and all that stuff. They are now sitting here out here on the twits saying, defund the FBI. It's very interesting, y'all. Like I said, very interesting series of events, very hypocritical in my personal opinion. We got to get into it. So do me a favor. You already know what you need to do. You know the procedure. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way past 100. I see you guys starting to file in. We're hopefully going to get down to the middle, down to the bottom of this and figure out what the hell's going on. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. And of course, like I said, This is a little bit of a left turn. I know that I don't really cover a whole lot of politics on this show as much anymore, but this is something that we needed to talk about. This is whenever there's something historically big happening, whether it is political or pop culture or whatever it may be, you know, for a fact, we have to talk about it right here on this show. So this is some crazy stuff, y'all. Trump's estate in Mar-a-Lago has been raided by the FBI. Allegedly, he says that they even broke into his own safe. Okay? God knows what is in his Mar-a-Lago estate. God knows what's over there, right? What does he have in a safe that they really want to get into? You see what I'm saying? But hey, we got to get into some things. We got to get into some conversations for show. Yeah, like I said, there's still an ongoing burning question inside of me, which is, why is this happening? Why is this happening right now? Why didn't it happen before? Why is it even happening? You see what I'm saying? I got so many questions are swirling around in my head. Okay. So many. All right. But it says here, obviously, Trump says FBI conducted search in his own private domicile. Okay. We got some videos that we're going to be looking at here too, because this is absolutely nuts. But let me get into this. There's something in my nose. Ugh, nose is itching like crazy. Let me hit this super chat really quick. Sorry. Nose is itching like crazy. Michael Clark, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, bam, super chat for my bro. Smiley face. Thank you, man. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate the support. Real talk. Thank you so very much. But let's get into this. Let's figure out what the hell is going on. Let's figure out what's going on. We're gonna piece it together bit by bit. I can't be on for a very long time, but I knew that I wasn't going to be on first thing tomorrow morning. So I wanted to get this to you guys first, or, you know, try to get this conversation out here first with y'all so that you have something that you can maybe rewatch tomorrow, so on and so forth. Okay. Cool Hand Luke. Wow. I haven't seen him, man. Cool Hand Luke Skywalker. What's up, man? Been a long time. Good to see you, my brother. Some of my brothers and sisters that wax political usually, which I haven't done in a long time, they're all starting to file in because, like I said, this is some crazy news. Okay, some crazy news, but let's get into it.
News just into our newsroom. Former President Donald Trump says his Mar-a-Lago home has been raided by the FBI. The former president has since released a statement saying, in part, quote, "These are dark times for our nation, as my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. Nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before."
Nope.
The statement goes on to say, quote, "They even broke into my safe. What is the difference between this and Watergate, where operatives broke into the Democratic National Committee? Here in reverse, Democrats broke into the home of the 45th president of the United States." Again, this information just into our newsroom. Stay with us both on air and online. We will bring you any updates on this. Operatives broke into the
okay. And of course, in his statement, he says these are dark times for our nation. Okay, I disagree. I think that the dark times have already come. Some bad things happened on the 6th. Those things were bad. Those were some dark times. We obviously went through a panty and dealt with all this crap, dodging the Rona, dealing with the pokes to get it or not to get it. Then we also had to deal with the Boosie. Now we got gas prices going out of whack. I mean, it has dropped down recently, but it was going out of whack like crazy. Food prices going out of whack as well. Food shortages. We have had so many other things that have happened over the past couple years that, trust me, these are not dark times. We've been in the dark times. Okay? Sorry. Just saying. I don't care no more. Okay, so these are dark times for our nation. As my beautiful home, the Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. Nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. Yes, it hasn't, but no one has ever been involved or down for or incited the things that happened on the 6th. Have they? Last I checked, no. Not never. Okay? So when I see something like this, I'm kind of like, all right. Sorry. But what happened. Now there's a huge investigation going around on the 6th. So what do you expect? There's accusations aimed towards number 45. Seriously, aimed towards number 45. You also got to remember too, man, let's not forget this too. This is somebody who's also showing interest in running again in 2024. Don't you think that they're going to want to make sure that they leave no stone unturned? I'm just saying. I know there's some people out here that are 45 supporters, and I'm not saying anything about that. No problem being a supporter of that dude. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But with everything that has happened, all the things that have led up to this moment, do you think this is completely unjustified? Should we all be clutching our pearls and surprised? I don't know. And I get it. I see some people saying, they find this really upsetting. I beg to differ. How is this upsetting if something really big happened? I know some people are like, it was a nothing burger. No, it wasn't. The lives were lost in that. Things that happened there should not have even happened, and they still happened. All right. So I guess when I look at something like this, and you have somebody who was speaking, was on the podium and all that, there is a little bit of, there's going to be a glance or two in your direction. If you're the one that was on the podium speaking to a mass crowd of people, and then suddenly that mass crowd of people go off, they're going to investigate into you. That's just what it is. And there have been a lot of stories circulating around how he responded, how he reacted, how he was during this time. So for me, I can understand an investigation. Now, there's something else I do want to say, though, real quick. I will say this, though. I think it's absolute BS. There have been other crimes committed by other presidents in the past that have never been investigated before, ever. I will say that, though, too. Okay? So I do understand. Okay? I do understand to a certain extent why people are upset about this. I totally get it. But I also say, hey, okay, so does that mean that every single time there's a crime committed or something that needs to be looked at by a president that no FBI, no law enforcement will ever look into any possible alleged crimes committed by a president ever? So then basically they can get away with anything. So to me, I look at this and I'm like, okay, well, I hope this isn't just an isolated incident. That if Biden commits some serious crimes, right, while he's in office and say it's over, I expect them to do the same thing. Like, this should be continuing. This should not just be a thing, a flash in the pan, only on him. Then I would understand okay, it feels like a witch hunt and they're just trying to destroy him and blah, blah, blah. See what I'm saying? There should be investigation. If ever more accusations arise from other future presidents or even past presidents, F it, then they should do their due diligence. And those guys should be looked at with the same amount of energy and the same amount of focus as well. That's what I'll say. You got to keep it even. But at the same time, you have somebody who was saying, I can't even say these words because the last time I said any of these phrases, I got in trouble. So I can't even say certain things. But you know that there were certain things that he was implanting in people's heads. Hence the reason why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after 5 is the number happened. People thought it was, when something's taken from you against thy will. Okay? See what I'm saying? So when you see that, and then they're looking into this still, I don't understand why people are so surprised that this is actually happening. I have my assumptions on why this is going down, but maybe we can get some more information here by looking at this next clip here. All right? I know a lot of people are very upset. What else is new? This is the reason why I don't do a lot of politics, because I know everybody gets angry. Everyone thinks they know how to rule the world and how the world runs. And everyone thinks that one leader, one politician, one president is the be all and end all and all that crap. And sometimes it gets numbing for me. Right. But this was a huge moment. This is a huge moment in history. This has never happened before. But you also got to remember, what was done was right in front of our faces. Now, I'm not saying that there hasn't been other things that haven't been done in front of our faces. I just hope that they actually follow through. If they have other investigations that they need to do for other former presidents, then they need to keep up with what they're doing right now, period. So it doesn't feel like some sort of witch hunt, period. All right, but let's take a look at this. All right, let's see what they have to say here. I'm not going to play this whole clip because it's a long clip, but let's take a look at this.
Killian, as well as our other congressional correspondent, Scott McFarland. They're both joining us from Washington. Nicole, we'll start with you. What more are you learning on this developing news story?
Well, we are getting some reaction from members of Congress, notably right now the House Judiciary Committee Republicans, and that committee is headed on the Republican side by Congressman Jim Jordan, who is the ranking member who retweeted this message. But basically, this coming from the main House Judiciary Republican account, saying this is what happens in third world countries, not the United States. Doesn't the FBI have better things to do than harass the former president? In caps. So again, this coming from congressional committee Republicans who serve on the judiciary panel, which is noteworthy. We have also seen a reaction from other political entities, including the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, who also is a Trump ally, saying that this raid on President Trump's home is an unprecedented political weaponization of the Justice Department. She goes on to say that they have been after President Trump as a candidate, as president, and now as a former president. Using the criminal justice system in this manner is un-American. So in essence, we're kind of seeing the spin machine here in terms of a Republican response, and many now trying to say that this is just political, which is a line that we have heard through our reporting through Finn Gomez, who you just talked to as well, from some of the former president's aides and advisors who do believe that this is political and ridiculous, as one aide told Finn. So look, I'm sure we will continue to see reaction along these lines. I did reach out to, for instance, the Republican National Committee to see if maybe they have comment. And now that we are starting to see some of this political reaction come out from some of the president's allies and associates, and of course, continuing to monitor what members of Congress are saying about this as well. I know there have been a lot of questions raised about the January 6th investigation. And as we know, this probe appears to be related to missing documents and dealing with this case involving the National Archives. But because we do know that the former president has been under investigation for matters related to January 6th, I think it's also worth noting in terms of congressional reaction that the January 6th Select Committee that has been investigating the January 6th attack does not at this time intend to comment on this matter, although certainly we do know that they have put the former president front and center in their probe in terms of alleging that they believe that he is culpable for the events of that deadly day. So that being said, that just kind of gives you a snapshot of some of the political reaction that we are starting to see, not only from some members of Congress, but also in the broader political sphere in terms of those who are allied with the former president.
Okay. All right. A lot was said there, but let's keep it real. I'm going to keep repeating it over and over and over again. I mean, obviously they said that the sixth committee is doing their thing. They're doing their due diligence. They're doing their investigation. So obviously they're not going to say much about this at this time. So this is actually happening because of what the committee, I guess, is unearthing, whatever it may be, right? Now, the other question I have here too is also, wait a second. Okay. Now, Christopher A. Wray is the director of the FBI currently. He is currently the director of the FBI. Let me just make sure I'm not on crack. All right. Yes. So the director of the FBI right now is Christopher Wray. Now, I don't know anything about Christopher Wray. All right. I'm just going to say that right now. But my question is, were there any ties to, is this somebody who was elected by Trump, or was this somebody who was appointed later when Biden was elected into office? That's one thing I am curious about as well. And I will say this, though, too. Just to make it even, if there's crimes committed that had something to do with 46 and his son, they should be investigating that ish as well. Not just only him weighing crack on scales and ish and smoking it butt ass naked. They should be doing their due diligence and investigating into that as well. That's just my personal opinion as well. All right. Now, somebody just said something that I liked as well. Where was that? Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button down below if you can. That would really mean a lot. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button, okay? Your boy is out here working hard out here in these streets for you guys to talk about all this stuff and all that. So I'd really appreciate it, okay? And of course, I know I'm not going to, I know there are going to be people who are going to unsubscribe because they feel some type of way and all that. I get it. It's okay. Hence the reason why I don't talk about politics that much on this channel, because I hate being so damn, not trying to split everybody up. I like everybody getting together and just talking about things in unison, but it is what it is. All right. So this is very interesting. Okay. Long story short, somebody just said something and I'm trying to pull that up. I'm trying to find it again. Damn. You guys are coming in. There it is. A-Lady 747 said, he's not special. You do wrong, you get investigated. That's what I think That's how I think about this as well. Now, I know there's a lot of people that feel some type of way and feel completely opposite on what I'm saying. But like I said, if you are a part of something that was so catastrophic that everybody saw, this was live in 4K for everyone to see right after you speak, all those things. You shouldn't be as surprised in getting investigated. Now, the other thing I will say too is that any person, this is, and maybe this is going to turn off some people, and I don't care, to be honest, because let's keep it real. What happened on the 6th should not have happened. All right? What happened on the 6th should not have happened, period. It was a sad moment for our country, period. That was a dark, dark ass time for our country. It should not have happened. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people feel some type of way about it, but it still blows my mind. It still blows my mind that there are people out here that believe that what happened on the 6th is absolutely justified. That is something I'm still trying to wrap my mind around myself. People were injured. People's lives were threatened. Some lives were lost during this whole thing, all because of things that were being planted into people's brains for weeks ahead of time, enraging a lot of people. And then all this happened. People need to be held accountable for certain actions that happen. Now, if he played a part in this, he needs to be investigated. Doesn't matter what side you are on, whether you believe this, if it was fair or not. Violence happened on that day. Bad things happened to people on that day. People's lives were threatened on that day. The former vice president's life was threatened on that day. So for me, it's very hard for me to wrap my mind around this and look at this in another perspective where people are going to literally say that this was just that what happened on that day was justified. I can't. I personally cannot. And you have somebody who was on the podium and a slew of other people on the podium as well, saying certain things that got people riled up, and then things happened, period. There should be investigation in this. If this was Biden, if this was Obama, shoot, I'm trying to think of if this was JFK, if this was any other president, same thing. I would say the same thing right now. Period. I would not be standing on any side of on the side of, oh, this is justified. No, people's lives were lost, man. People's lives were threatened. And this was on our soil. This is bad, y'all. Just saying, this is bad. Mo, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Lizzie said it best. It's about damn time. They need to look into it. Maybe raiding his home, maybe it's a bit theatrical. I don't know, or maybe they needed to do it when they knew he wasn't going to be there, because maybe they were worried about him, allegedly flushing things down the toilet. Mo, you met Lizzo. Okay, gotcha. I get it now. Thank you. It's about damn time. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat again. Thank you so much. All right. But again, like I said, I get it. People feel some type of way about this, but man, it's nutty. It's just nutty. Whole thing is just nutty. Okay. So I do have a poll going on up at the top. So please hit that poll. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. And the poll says, is this raid by the FBI justified? One option is exactly, he deserves this, or nah, this is a witch hunt. Okay, so I have that. Looks like 64% of you guys are saying that this is exactly what he deserves. Exactly, he deserves this. Or, and there's 36% of you right now, only 197 votes. So get up there, vote. I see almost 400 of y'all watching the show late at night and all that. Love to hear your thoughts on that poll. So please go and vote. Okay, vote, 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 vote. But like I said, this is just a very, very interesting series of events, and hopefully this will get us closer maybe to the truth, or maybe we'll get us further from the truth. We don't know, but this is what's going on right now. All right, now let me get through this. Let me show you guys what the Associated Press has said. So Trump, disclosing the search in a lengthy statement, asserted that agents had opened up a safe at his home and described their work as an unannounced raid that he likened to prosecutorial misconduct. Sorry about that. The search, which the FBI and Justice Department did not immediately confirm, marks a dramatic escalation in a months-long probe into how classified documents ended up in more than a dozen boxes located in Mar-a-Lago earlier this year. It occurred amid a separate but intensifying investigation into efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential. Oh, I can't say those things. Woo, I can't say that. But you see it right there. I'll just highlight it for you guys because I can't say those words, unfortunately, which is absolutely insane. Okay, and added to the potential legal peril of Trump as he lays the groundwork for another run. This is very important, y'all. Let's keep it real. I think this is the reason why they put a little bit more hitch in their step when they wanted to find out what the heck is really going on with these boxes that are located in Mar-a-Lago. And obviously they put more hitch in their step when they found out that, hey, maybe there are some connections, some ties to what happened on the 6th. So, of course, they're sitting there going, well, wait a second. Before we allow this dude to come back in and try to run, because for a fact, let's keep it real, y'all. Let's keep it straight 100. All right? He runs again, he'll most likely win. I don't think the powers that be that are there, part of the committee or, the non-supporting of 45, right? The non-supporters of 45 are out here trying to find everything they can to make sure he can't run again. So this is exactly why they're doing this as well. If they've said that there is even remotely a breadcrumb of a possibility of him being connected to what happened on the 6th, they're going to do everything they can to find it because some people don't want to see him back in action again. Okay? Not at all. And they'll do everything they can to make sure he ain't back again. Let's continue, though. All right? Let's see. Maybe there's a statement here. Here it is. This is his statement right here. Okay. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. All right. Now, this is what he said in his statement. And I've read a little bit of it, so I'm going to repeat that part again for the nosebleed seats. All right. So these are dark times for our nation. As my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. This is what Trump wrote. Nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. Well, that is true. So I guarantee you this is going to be a very interesting he's going to have a very interesting tell-all book at some point. His biography is going to be epic. His I will say this, his biopic is going to be mother-loving epic. Okay? It's going to be 17 hours long. Watch. All right? But anyway, after working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, this unannounced raid on my home was not necessary or appropriate. Of course, he emerged from his Trump Tower in New York City shortly before 8 p.m. and waved to bystanders before being driven away in an SUV. Justice Department spokesman Dana Iverson declined to comment on the search, including about whether Attorney General Merrick Garland had personally authorized the search. Trump did not elaborate on the basis for the search, but the Justice Department has been investigating the potential mishandling of classified information after the National Archives and Records Administration said it had retrieved from Mar-a-Lago 15 boxes of records containing classified information earlier this year. The National Archives said Trump should have turned over that material upon leaving office and referred the matter to the Justice Department. He has previously maintained that presidential records were turned over. Interesting. In an ordinary and routine process. His son, oh, we gotta love Eric Trump. Here comes Eric Trump. His son, Eric Trump, said on Fox News on Monday night that he spent the day with his father and that the search happened because the National Archives wanted to corroborate whether or not Donald Trump had any documents in his possession. Asked how the documents ended up in Mar-a-Lago, Eric Trump said the boxes were among items that got moved out of the White House during 6 hours on Inauguration Day as the Bidens prepared to move into the building. My father always kept press clippings. This is what he said. He had boxes when he moved out of the White House. Okay. So you're saying important documents got in boxes, got mixed up with the boxes that said kitchen supplies. So you're telling me all the important documents for the as they said here, for the National Archives, all right, important documents that they need got mixed up with the box that was labeled Dorito dust. Fake Tanner. That doesn't make sense to me. That don't. I will say that. That don't make no sense to me. Okay? It don't. Those things got mixed up with okay. Somebody make it make sense for me. Those are classified documents. Exactly. Phoenix said it. Okay. I'm just wondering too, Jeremy Peck. Listen, yeah, but what are those documents? McDonald's receipts? Just wondering. They're all Big Macs and large Diet Cokes. But seriously though, that's weird, right? Fair and Balanced. What's up, girl? Said he took 15 boxes of classified documents. He said he declassified. You can't do that. Thank you. From downtown, Farron. From downtown. You can't do that. Okay? The Clintons took stuff and they had to return it all. Like I said, you can't just say, oh no, this, just stuff them in there and we'll just accidentally just take these classified documents with us with the boxes that say shoes and leftover Jurassic Park McDonald's cups, collector's items. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Okay? Just saying. And Eric out here trying to say something. And don't get me wrong, we can sit here all day and talk about Hunter Biden and the electronics and his weight scale and the rocks. If you get what I'm saying, okay? and his lady friends, for hire. Get what I'm saying? We could talk about that all day long too. And we have. And we have. Okay. But right now, this is the conversation that's happening over here. Okay. Which is also very interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to close this. There we go. All right. So as we see, this does not work for me. Those excuses don't work for me. Oh, they just got mixed up with other boxes. No, those are classified files, classified documents. You're telling me that, they just got mixed up. That don't work for me. Okay? They just don't. And now they're saying that those were press clippings. I don't know. There's a huge difference between People magazine, clippings and U.S. government classified documents. Just saying. Huge difference. But there are multiple federal laws governing the handling of classified records and sensitive government documents, including statutes that make it a crime to remove such material and retain it at an unauthorized location. I mean, shoot. So that would give anybody. I'm just going to highlight that for y'all in the nosebleed seats. Anybody that wants to take classified documents and take it into an undisclosed, unauthorized location, you're breaking the law, baby. So why would you be so surprised? Why would this be dark times for our country when you have classified documents that are not supposed to be in your possession at all? Just saying. Just saying. Though a search warrant does not suggest that criminal charges are near or even expected, federal officials look to obtain one. Federal officials looking to obtain one must demonstrate to a judge that they have probable cause that a crime occurred. And so far that we know, from what we know, nothing has happened except for this raid. That's all we know. Okay? Agents are also looking to see if Trump had additional presidential records or any classified documents at the estate. Okay, I would too. I'd be looking into this. All right. In his first public remarks since news of the search surfaced, Trump made no mention of it Monday evening during a tele-town hall on behalf of Leora Levy, the Connecticut Republican he has endorsed in Tuesday's U.S. Senate primary to pick a general election opponent against the Democrat U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal. He gave his public backing to Levy late last week, calling her on Monday the best pick to replace Connecticut's joke of a senator. Now, obviously, all this other stuff, blah. But the meat and potatoes of this is they're claiming that those boxes were mixed up with a bunch. I'm doing layman's terms, okay? For the average Joe out there, mixed up these boxes, thought that those were just press clippings, and took them away during this quick 6-hour move. Turnaround time is only 6 hours. The Bidens need to move in, need time to move in, and the Trumps need to move the F out. And they only got 6 hours. So they were trying to do all this stuff with the quickness. I don't know all about all that, right? Now, those things, when you have documents that are where they're classified information and you take them to a unauthorized location, they're going to come and get it. They're going to come and get it. Doesn't matter if you're the former. Doesn't. Imagine somebody walking into that house and getting that information. God knows what kind of information are on those documents. Just saying that out loud, y'all. Just saying that out loud. All right. I think what happened is, I I think the FBI didn't like the new hairdo. You know what I mean? Trump's new hairdo, and they're just like, man, let's just not today. Let's go and get his other toupee. Let's get that old look back real quick. Okay. But yes, I believe, Jacqueline, yes, he broke some laws. I mean, that's what I feel that he may have done. And they're doing everything they're doing what they need to do, period. They're looking into this and they're not cool with this. Now, there is some very interesting information that's been going on right now, which I find extremely hypocritical. That's just me, though. All right. It's just me. It's just me. All right. I know there's other people out here that will be like, no. But hey, I find it interesting that this is happening. Okay. We got Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, out here saying defund the FBI. We got more. We got more. I gotta show you this. It's just let's see. I forgot how to spell her name. Let's see. Okay, there's more. I mean, there's a lot of people. Lauren Boebert saying this as well. We even got Candace Owens saying some things here. The FBI must be legally and formally dissolved. What happened to President Trump is positively stunning and a mark of unchecked government power. I no longer recognize the country I live in, left or right. We all must come together and fight this evil. But it's like I'm saying right now, does this make any sense to you, though? These are the same people that were saying, hey, back the blue, Blue Lives Matter, all this stuff. And now we're looking at this and they're saying defund the FBI. Do you agree with that? For real? Because they're investigating on something that seems a little fishy? I'm just saying. These are reasons why I don't do politics very often. Because I got words and I got thoughts. And this, questions pop up. Multiple questions pop up for me. But the amount of how hypocritical this is ridiculous. Now everybody and their mama is saying defund the FBI. Why? Same people that wear a baseball cap with the blue line flag and everything and sit there and go, our boys and, our men and women that died for our country, all this stuff. Which, of course, respect and mad love to every single person that sacrificed their lives for our country and those who have survived supporting and fighting for our country as well. I will always support that. But at the same time, though, these are the same people that will sit there and say that. And then as soon as this happens, their Lord and Savior, something happens to their Lord and Savior, they lose their mind and they say defund. Doesn't that seem a little bit hypocritical to you? And I agree, T. Both political parties suck. But I will call something out if it doesn't make sense to me or seems a little bit hypocritical. If this was being done on the Democrat side, I'd be saying the same damn thing. I'd be singing and whistling the same damn tune right now. This does not make sense. It doesn't. But then again, like I said, let's find out what they say. Let's find out what they find. Let's find out what they find before we automatically go, hey, defund the FBI. What if they find out some information that we really need to know? What if there's some seriously incriminating information out here that we did not know and the man needs to be taken down? What if that's the case? Or let's just say they go there and they find nothing. Okay, cool. Then it's a nothing burger. Moving on. He's still going to run. There's too many people who support him inside and outside of the government. So I say, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens, man. But let's see. Jacqueline, I enjoy watching you. I'm glad to be here. You're giving us great content. Keep up the good work. And thank you so much for the coverage. Glad to be a member. 2 months. Yes, you've been a member for 2 months, Jacqueline. I appreciate you being a member. Thank you so much for your support for this long, And of course, there's more to come. I still wax political. I just don't do it as often. Okay. But I just felt like this is a huge, monumental, historical moment that we can't not talk about. That's just insane. Now, I know there's a lot of people out here that have a completely drastically different opinion than mine. I say if they feel like something's fishy, or they feel like there might be some information inside his home, then so be it. Make it happen. Make it so. All right. Engage, Captain Picard. Do what you need to do. All right. If it means we get closer to some sort of justice for what happened, bet. Then we get closer. If not, all right, then that's it. I don't see any harm in them doing what they need to do to see what's going on here. Because no offense, I would not want to have that same president back up, let's say reelected in 2024, and then more chaos like that happens again. I'm not for it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not for it. I'm not. And I'm not sitting here saying that Biden's any better either. That man's terrible. He sucks. But I will say this. Let's find out what's going on. If this dude's a crook, then he needs to be exposed. That's just what I think. Okay. And Jay, the informant, what's up? Thank you so much for the 2. Yes, I agree. That man needs to be investigated like a mug as well. So I feel like this is not the end. I hope it's not the end. You see what I'm saying? I really, really hope it's not the end. Okay? I'm hoping this is just the beginning. I hope. As far as the investigations, not only just in Trump, but other people as well. That's what I'll say about that. That's what I'll say about all that. Okay? Personally. Exactly, shooting the breeze. I agree. They both of them. Okay? Because just both of them. Both of them. Okay? Just saying, both of them. All right? They both suck. Sorry, but they both suck. So hopefully we can get something closer. Hopefully we can get closer to the truth here in the very near future. Anyway, guys, that is the show. Appreciate all y'all for being in and being on with me and everything. I know not a lot of people agree with me on this stuff, but I do appreciate you guys coming in and listening to me. And I know some of you are compelled to unsubscribe and all that stuff. And hey, I will say this. We're not going to agree on everything all the time. Okay? And when it comes to politics, it just sucks that we can't sit down and have an open-minded conversation about things. That's it. That's it. I just wish we could be a little bit more open-minded about those heavily political topics that we definitely need to have those conversations about. I say, let them do their due diligence. Let them investigate into this situation. I am not somebody who thinks that the 6 was nothing. I think the 6 was terrible, and I would hate to see that ever happen again. And so people need to be held accountable for those things that happened. And if he has any part, if he played any part of that in that, then we need to find out. If not, then hey, I'll be like, yo, my bad, Trump. Yo, lo siento. Cabron, my bad. But until then, let's see what they do. Let's see what kind of investigation they conduct and what they unearth and if they found anything in his crib. So we'll see what happens. All right. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I appreciate all y'all for being on. It's been a blessing. It's been a wonderful conversation. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. That would really mean a lot to me. And also, please do not forget to crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Okay. And anyway, it's time to get going. All right. Have a great rest of your night. Sleep well. And if anything develops, we will be talking about it. Okay. I appreciate all y'all. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.